Hello again, this is Marco Ceppi with Ondina, bringing you a short video about our new section available in the control panel, as well as a few updates about the company and our direction. So let me get started. I'm going to jump right in by logging into the control panel. And just like the previous videos, in order to access the account management section, you just select account management. This will bring you to the dashboard screen. We'll be able to choose the different services you wish to manage. In our previous videos, we've gone over databases as well as DNS, the provide feedback module, and several other places in the control panel. Today I'm going to show you our completed mail section. Once you click on mail, you'll need to select a domain from the drop-down list. This domain will show you all the domains you currently have added onto your account which you can manage mail for. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and modify mail for bringvictory.com. So similar to other sites, to other sections of the control panel, such as the database section, there are two different types of mail settings you can modify. You can create an email account, which is your standard you log in account and mail stored in the server, or you can download it onto your email client or to your mobile phone. And there's an email alias, which acts similar to an email forwarder, where you can send mail to different email accounts from one. So in this case, creating an email account, adding an email alias are similar functions as you would see in the add and manage database section. However, instead of actually creating a new inline pop-up where you can add different settings, these show up simply as a new row which you can add data for. So if we want to add testing with a password, and that'll create that inline record. Unlike other parts of this control panel where you have, like I mentioned before, you have the light box that pops up, this is just a simple row that you'll be modifying. We're going to try to keep this UI consistent throughout the rest of the site, so wherever you have a new field where you have to add less than 3 items, so in this case account, password, and confirm the password, or in the case of an email alias, which is just simply the address and then the aliases which it forwards to, you'll see these inline row pops up. Otherwise, you'll see the typical light box where the screen goes dark and a new window appears where you can modify multiple selections, like in database where you have to select a new database name, a database engine, a version of that engine, a password, and then a user to attach it to. In this case, simply adding on an alias is something like, and then it can forward to many different addresses. They can be separated by either a comma, a space, a pipe. However you're comfortable with limiting your email accounts is what you can use. So in this case, I can forward this to, and I can put a space and say this is going to also go to, and I can also say it's also going to, when I choose create, those will be the 3 addresses that everything gets shipped to. In the same respect, I can edit these and remove as many as I'd like. Let's say alias test is going to go to, I can save. Just as well, I can also delete things. So there's a Marco alias. I can delete that alias from the server. I refresh the page and it is completely gone. I can re-add it again. And it gets created. And just to show that these aliases are rather instant, I'm going to pop over to my email client and create a new email address, an email to marco@bringvictory.com. Give a short message to send myself, and then go ahead and send it off. And within a few moments, it should be popping into my inbox, and there it is. And I'm able to see that the message was sent to the Bring Victory account from my personal account, and it showed up properly. So these account changes take place on the server instantly. Likewise with deletes, as soon as it's deleted, it is gone off the server. Now in the event of deleting an email account, such as this one, once the email account is deleted, all of the emails in that folder are moved to an archive directory. So they're moved out of the way and they're stored on the server as a safety net. In case you delete an account by accident, we'll have all those emails available on the server for you, which you can restore at a later date or download for your own use. So in that way, you won't have to worry about accidentally removing an account or having someone remove one of your accounts in the system and losing all your email. Moving on, a couple other features that we're adding in here that I haven't quite shown yet is the ability to access most of the control panel's functionality from the command line. If you're like me, you enjoy using the command line and you're quite proficient in it. So I'm currently SSH into the server, and if I run a quick ls, you'll see that I'm 3 folders. There's a domains folder, a private, and a temp. In domains, you'll see a list of all the domains that are currently set up, and these reflect the same ones that are listed in the drop-down menu. If I wish to add an email account, similar to how I've been doing previously in the control panel, simply run sudo email account add, and we will add video at bringvictory.com. Once you've done so, it'll say that a password is needed for the account. This is a separate action. Without doing the second action of assigning a password, essentially the account will be inactive as there's no password to access it. Alright, if we switch back over into the command prompt here, you'll notice that video testing has been added to our account. Barring the minor error that pops up in the tool that we're still testing, everything seems to have run smoothly, and I should be able to edit the password here as well as connect to it from my email client. The same goes for email aliases. To add them from the command line, simply sudo email forwarder add a forward from and we'll forward this to, and the email forwarder is added, and of course this is reflected immediately in the control panel. With that said, I'll briefly describe how our infrastructure is set up. It's described a little more in depth on our website, ondina.co. Here we go. Under the How section, you'll notice that there are several diagrams showing traditional systems compared to our system. In our system here, the control panel is a separate entity from all of our servers, which allows you to not only host multiple accounts on multiple servers managed under one control panel instance, it also means that the resources consumed by the control panel aren't affected by the server, and vice versa. This, however, requires quite a robust API, and that's what's really been going on the last two weeks. We've kind of devised a plan where our API is able to communicate between the control panel, the named servers, our shared servers, and every bit of our infrastructure seamlessly and at an asynchronous level, so that all the information on all the servers is always up to date, no matter if you're accessing from the command line or if you're accessing it from the control panel. So that's where the infrastructure is going into, and now this part is complete, where we've finished the API, we've made everything all connected properly. We can finally finish up the control panel. You'll be seeing accompanying videos about the virtual host section, statistics, one-click install, and settings coming in the next couple weeks. That's all for now.